gon' learn? When they ever gon' get it? Suns don't burn, we electromagnetic. That bloodline, let them tribal men who eat fire. Deep divers, manifesting desires. Talking that king talk, preaching to the choir. Ancient shrine diction, Arab Egyptians. Point out me glyphs that I fit the description. Blood moon eclipses, turn divine queens to some unruly bitches. It blinks up an instant, in the right spaces, in the right gracious. Currency exchange now, spinning black faces. Kind of skin tone breeds envy and half-raised kids. The phenotype inspire implants and facelifts. Off the cold spark the new transformation. Chemics suited posture, fresh food and lobster. Just doing it proper, best view with binoculars. You do it to be popular. Chakra, blocker, be better than opera. Kissed by the sun, put the way I'm one. Shine down on my brown skin till I'm done. Infinite light codes, glittering light strobes. A Reiki that takes me into the right tones. Tapping the mother, healing herbs from the hookah. Esoteric time zone, praying in the future. Wrap my hands around the brain, slaying a Medusa. Die by one when you live by the gun. Die by one when you live by the gun. Die by one when you live by the gun. In the spirit of cash is blown on foreign hashes. A message for the masses, restore the order action. May your light be a fire, turmoil to the poses. Both feet grounded on the same soil as Moses. Hope for the hopeless, smoke for the chokers. Sunrise opening up the way like mimosas. Coffee stain with a dab of colored mocha. Camel skin loafers, my lifestyle the culture. When they gon' learn, when they ever gon' get it. Suns don't burn, we electromagnetic. That bloodline, let them travel middle eat fire. Deep divers, manifesting desires. When we gon' learn, when they ever gon' get it. Suns don't burn, we electromagnetic. That bloodline, let them travel middle eat fire. Deep divers, manifesting desires.
Hey, 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 how are y'all doing this evening? This is AMPspirationTTV's Manifesting Money Mondays. And we have our special guest, Coach Henton, in the building. How are you doing today, sir?
I feel absolutely amazing.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I always hear. That's all you ever gonna hear from Coach Henton.
Well, 99.999% of the time.
That part. I can contest to that. All right, so this is your second time here. We done already seen you before. You were showing us how to stay, happy and confident, when our lives is falling apart. And now you're about to teach us about real estate. So let's get it. What's going on? Talk to them.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm very appreciative to be here. I'm very honored to be here. And I'm never nervous when it comes down to interviews, but I was nervous to be on here because you're so monumental. I'm very serious.
You're too kind.
Yeah. I love what you're doing for the people. And so, this means a lot for me to be able to come on here and share my insight with the people so that they could be able to have the mindset and have the ability to know that there are other options. Because that's what it is when it comes down to I say when it comes down to success, it's really based on whether a person sees options or not. So I pay attention to different people when they do different things that may not be quote unquote lawful or good, and a lot of times they say that they felt like they didn't have a choice. So I'm like, if I could be that person that could assist people with seeing that they can create as many choices as they want to create, then I'm going to do that.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you, for doing that, because that's what we need. That's what this platform is all about. And I'll be searching, want to attract souls like you, because that's what our people need. We need other options, and they're out there, and we need folks to, to put that out there for us. So I thank you. So go on and let's get to it. Real estate, everybody trying to get into it. That has been buzzing around lately. So what makes you different? What makes Coach Henton different in real estate?
So with myself, I was able to go from negative 1,800 to having a multi-million-dollar investment portfolio. And then I assist people with being able to do the same, being able to go from wherever they're at in life to being able to have multi-units, regardless of whatever, no matter their credit, no matter their income, and no matter how much they have in the bank account. And yeah, I was actually able to.
Good to be true. I don't keep it a buck. That sounds way too good to be true.
Yeah, I know, right? But the beautiful thing is I did it myself. I acquired my first property in Manhattan, New York, a four unit where my bank account was negative 1,800. I didn't have any credit and I didn't have any income.
Well, I'm not going to tell you to tell them all your secrets, but how did you, go about doing that?
Right. But first I want to give a little bio on myself besides the real estate bio. So I own property in Manhattan. I own property in Atlanta. I have my own clothing line, Rich Fatherhood, which is promoting family life. And I wrote a couple books, one being the Staying Happy and Confident When Your World's Falling Apart, and the other one being The Art of Success, and which is the same book, but I changed the name because I saw that many of my millionaire buddies, they didn't really want to read the Staying Happy book, Staying Happy and Confident When Your World's Falling Apart, because they're like, okay, I already got confidence, and I don't want to think about anything falling apart. So I was like, okay, let me put it, let me change it to another title, The Art of Success, and that's how you leverage one thing. So that's having an intellectual property. So I have a couple books, boom. And then I also have a private funding business where I'm able to fund projects up to the billions.
That's so like way over my head. I'm still living in my first apartment. So that's, really awesome. But so for people who are really trying to get in, why did you get into real estate? Let me ask you that.
Well, I knew that I was going to be in the real estate game far as a owner from around the age of 5. And that's the only thing that I really understood. Wow. When I opened up my eyes, was like, okay, you have these large buildings and people pay you to be in there. And then also when you look at the numbers wise, about 90% of millionaires obtain their millions by leveraging real estate. Because when people think of real estate, they think of it either by flipping houses or having money coming in from the rent. But is the main thing when it comes down to real estate is using it as your personal banking system. So we're able to leverage real estate. We're able to put a little bit of money, let's say 10% or even 3.5%, depending on the situation, depending on first time home buyers, all these different programs, right? But we're able to put a little bit of money into an asset that's always going to keep growing in value. And on top of that, if you do it correctly, you only purchase the real estate or only acquire the real estate when you grabbing it below market value. So like there's this thing when you got real estate agents and brokers, they say, oh, you purchase this property and it's going to grow equity as you pay onto it. That sounds familiar, right? Yes. You're going to grow equity over time. When it comes down to us real estate investors, we don't go by that BS. When we grab something, we automatically know how much equity is in that, and then we're able to extract that equity out and invest into something else and keep growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger without even having to sell it.
Okay. Now, what is equity for some people? Some people may not even know what that is, because I didn't know what that was up until last year.
It's all good. So equity is the value of the property minus whatever that you owe. So let's say if it's a $1 million property and you have a $500,000 mortgage. So $1 million minus 500,000 is 500,000 equity. And then And then the lenders will typically lend about 70% of the equity. So they'll lend you about 70% of that 500,000.
Okay. Hope that makes sense to y'all. And exactly what
and I break all this down in my course as well.
Absolutely, exactly. So so what are some other things in this course? Since you came up with this course, how did you come up with the course? Why did you feel that coming up with this course was important? Because people's been in real estate for years.
So people have been asking me for a while to put a course together, put a real estate course together, because I was able to go from having no money, and like I tell people, I could pretty much guarantee that you have more money than what I started out with. My account was negative 1,800. So if you have $0, you got more money than what I started out with.
I'd say, yeah, I got more than $0 in my account. So yeah.
See what I'm saying? And then I had no credit, no income. So it's like, okay, how did I do this from problem solving? And that's the reason why many people have been asking me for over a year, really, to put this real estate course together. And I was reluctant to do so because I was focused on building. So I wasn't really in the right headspace to make that happen. And now I'm very appreciative.
Now that you are, and we're all appreciative too, I'm sure, because it's like I said, a lot of people have been hitting me up, about real estate and saying how they want to get into it. So now you're giving them an opportunity, and what I know of you break stuff down. Because a lot of stuff, like for me, I'm not a very studious person. I'm intelligent, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not very studious. So a lot of that stuff eludes me. That should be sounding like Chinese. So I be needing, ways to break that stuff down, because once it's broken down to me and I got it, I can, maneuver around and make it work for me. But sometimes that don't lead, I call it, everything is legalese to me. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff, does not compute with me. So I appreciate, folks like me appreciate you, giving us the dummy terms, to dumb it down for us.
Man, the dummy terms.
Well, no, what they have in the library?
Right, I know what you're talking about, real estate
whatever for dummies. This, that, and the third for dummies.
Right.
Hey, I know, the word dummy is, is a negative word, but I mean,
that's all good. I'm messing with you.
You really don't know it. True
right.
People who truly understand something can break it down for others. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you setting up a situation where you can break that down. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah. So
I could break it down even further. So we're both from New York, right?
Yes, we are.
And every single abandoned apartment building in New York City is worth at least $1 million.
Makes sense.
So what do? You know how success is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get what you focus on.
Right.
So you only focus on those properties, finding out who's the owner. Go 100% all in for finding out who's the owner of that abandoned building, abandoned apartment building in New York City, if you're from New York City. Yeah, and then once you find out who's the owner, then you see what problem can you solve of theirs, because if it's abandoned, they're not making any money, right? Mm-hmm. So you find out what's the how much do they owe anything on it. Chances are it might be free and clear. We got a lot of people that own properties that's free and clear. So it might not be any free and clear, meaning no mortgages, no liens on it, anything like that. So it might be worth $1 million free and clear without even having to fix it up. And you see, like, okay, do they want to sell it, or do they just need capital to fix it up? And this is what I cover in the course as far as putting the team together, because once you have the right team together, you will know exactly how to find the capital to say, look, I'll come to the table as a equity partner, and I'll bring the capital to the table, even though my personal funds is zero.
Makes sense.
Right, and then you could do a quit, QUIT, claim, CLAIM, deed from the owner to an LLC. You create the LLC. You can become part owner of the LLC. The original owner could become part owner of the LLC, and just in case, if you feel like you might need someone with credit, bring someone with excellent credit to the table, make them part owner of the LLC, and now you're able to transfer the ownership from the owner to the LLC, and now you just acquired the property with $0.
Wow. Yeah, right. Exactly.
And on top of that, what kind of property? I said in value.
You said abandoned building in New York,
which is worth how much?
$1 million.
So you just acquired so you went from so you created an LLC, and now automatically your LLC is worth at least $1 million.
That's gangster. Now, see, that is going to acquire. Now, you see how you're saying you got to, find this person to do this and find this person. See, for our people, this is where this unity, this, comes in, where we having to trust each other to do things like this. Because I actually know a few people who have been trying to do the whole buy back the block, thing. So, they can stop gentrification, and things of that nature. So we need to have this mindset. So I hope y'all listening. I'm going to assume the people who are watching this have this mindset. If you're taking out your time to listen. So this is what you need to do with the people around you, your family, whoever it is that got like minds, to do things like this. You just get an LLC. I have an LLC. And while you was talking, I'm thinking about how am I going to flip this and make this, and real estate and whatnot. Like, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it can absolutely be done. Like, yo, that's popping.
Not only can it be done, I did it personally.
And it's been done. And you did it by yourself.
Well, I wouldn't say by myself. I built a team. I built a team, and that's what I cover in my course. How to first I cover the rebuttals, the different things that people tell you which are false that you need in order to be a real estate investor. So I cover that as far as clearing the head, as far as all the excuses, and then I cover putting the team together, and then I cover how to because problem solving equals money. The bigger the problems you solve, the bigger the money potential. So I solve problems for millionaires and billionaires. Well, not billionaires, but one billionaire. But it'll be more billionaires though. So I solve problems for millionaires and a billionaire. And I also solve problems for people who may not be at that millionaire bracket that they think, but their property might be at that $1 million bracket, but they just don't know how to they just don't know what to do with it. So I solve their problems as well. So either they might want to sell it, or they might not want to sell it, which is cool too, which is that example right there. That example is for people who don't want to sell their properties. Like, okay, we partner up together and we own it together. And then as far as the coming together wise, it's very, very difficult to not come together if you have all the pieces in place and be like, okay, look, we can own this multi-million-dollar property together, and on top of that, we can leverage this multi-million-dollar property and eventually buy all the properties in the damn neighborhood if we want to. Even if it's not for sale, we could buy the debt of these buildings.
Okay, leverage. Use that word a lot.
Leverage is everything.
Yeah, you use that word a lot. You've been trying to teach me how to do that. Since I met you.
But you're doing it now, though. Look at you.
I guess so. I guess on a smaller scale.
No. This is not a smaller scale. You are 100% leveraging the many people who created their millions recently. They did it through podcasts.
Okay. Well, I'm waiting for the millions. I see it. It's right there in the horizon.
No, I literally told you how to get it.
That's a fact. I'm still trying to figure it out, though. I'm still trying to figure it out, trying to find my niche and be me, but still not reinvent the wheel, if you know what I'm saying, if that leverage, as you know what I'm saying, as you say. So explain that. Exactly what is leveraging and how exactly, well, not exactly, because you're going to have to take your course so you can tell exactly how to do it, but how, sprinkle on it, how you use leveraging, you know what I'm saying, to make this successful for you.
Okay, cool. So I'll give you a form of leveraging. So one form of leveraging is me coming on this podcast right here. So now I'm able to share my information, and on top of that, offer my products and services, but also be able to align with yourself, and now you and I we have the opportunity to become partners on different things. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you have your audience, you have your network, I have my network. You and I are the faces of our own brands. So now automatically with my business, my brand doing business with your brand, now someone in your network like, oh look, I'm interested in doing something with Coach. Boom, you like, okay, yeah, like I'll set it up, and then what you do instead of taking a fee, you take equity.
Got it. I like
boom,
it.
Boom.
He's
I
awesome,
know.
right? He's awesome, right? You've been trying to teach you this stuff for long, you know what I'm saying, for a good couple of years now, and I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
You're living it.
See, this is what I be trying to tell him, y'all. See, he's the most positive person. Y'all think I'm positive? He's the most positive person ever. Like, I can never say anything that even sounds like it.
But you really are living it, though.
Right. You're right. You are absolutely right. I cannot argue. You are 1,000% right. And I appreciate it.
And then you have manifestation money Mondays, which is and Monday is my number one favorite day of the week. I've attracted the most money on Mondays, and I get to be here with you. I'm like, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so of course, how long is it? Can you at least give, exactly what you actually going to be talking about within it? Yeah, I want just a little bit.
Okay, so my course is actually not long at all. So each it's 10 videos, and each video is about 10 minutes, about 10 to 15, a little bit. One or two is like 20 minutes, and the reason being is because I don't like to have long, dragged out things. So when it comes down to different things, when people either write books or create courses, they feel like they have to add all these fluff. And my whole thing is like, people don't have time for that. You have the things that you want to do, the things that you already do. You already have your schedule. So why would I want to put fluff in there? And actually, I don't even know how to do that. So really, literally assisting people with knowing exactly what's needed to acquire properties, no matter their money, no matter their credit, no matter their income, knowing what are the different terms in real estate, knowing who they need to put on their power team, knowing I also put the different things that the different mistakes that people make to avoid those. And on top of that, assisting people with being able to acquire the multi-units, multi-units, also being able to acquire land, knowing how to do that. And on top of that, knowing how to expand to the much larger multi-units, and I break down exactly what's needed to be able to receive funding for different things.
Not everything is not for everybody. Yeah, my bad. I didn't unmute my mic. Sorry.
I thought I was like, oh snap, my headphones
that
go.
was
I
my
thought
bad.
I charged them.
So yeah, like I can say, you know, sometimes they say certain things are not for everybody. So what would be the right person to get into real estate? Like, you know what I'm saying? What would be the thing? Like, you know how they say, if you want to do this, is then a third, if you have this type of mindset, you know what I'm saying? Real estate is for you. So what would be the, I don't want to say requirements, but you know what I'm saying? What would you
So
need?
what would be the right person to like say
Right.
like to get in the real estate game?
Absolutely.
Anyone who wants to be free. So yeah,
I
anybody who
like
wants to be
that
free.
answer. I like that answer. Anybody that wants to be free.
Right. And I'll go into what I mean by that. So freedom meaning you own your time. I 100% own my time. At any given time that I feel like it, I can just hop on the plane and go wherever. Doesn't matter the day of the week. Matter of fact, like every time I leave my house, I have my passport in my pocket, just in case if I feel like hopping on a plane and go somewhere and taking advantage of any opportunity. So having ownership of your time, and people who want to have uh, stability, far as financial stability, because with the real estate, I'll give you an example. What I don't really know too many industries that I could start a LLC and receive $1 million funding. I don't really know too many industries, but I did that with real estate. I started my LLC, and within the same year, the LLC received 900 grand based on the value of the property, because the value of the property it appraised as is at 1.5, free and clear. And that's before repairs. So I don't really know any too much industries that I could do that. And so for me, I only focused on the $1 million properties and better, because I'm not doing this for peanuts. I gotta, it takes time and energy to make these deals happen. So, and it's always going to be some type of issues. So if I'm going to have issues when it comes down to different things in business, because it's always something that you have to solve. I'd rather have issues with having a multi-million-dollar property, and those issues become resolved, and now I'm able to have multi-millions of dollars to be able to keep my investments going, keep my lifestyle going, or start a whole new lifestyle for my family, which I did, even though I keep my expenses extremely low. So I keep my expense. I teach to keep your expenses extremely low, stack equity, and purchase cash flow. So now, like I said, with the building, right, the abandoned building in New York City that you acquire, it's going to be worth at least $1 million. So now once it's fixed up, or if it's free and clear, you're able to take that equity out and you're able to invest into something else that's cash flowing. Maybe you purchase maybe you put 10% down on the supermarket that's already cash flowing, which I love supermarkets, because no matter the economy, people eat. And anytime when it's a disaster, the supermarkets are the ones that sell out. You know what I mean? Like just, what was it, last year? People were scrambling for toilet paper. You know what I mean? So that's the blueprint, and it's very very straight to the point, because I'm not, I value time. I extremely value time. That's why I'm always laughing because I love to laugh. I love being happy, and so I value each second of the day to be able to do what I want to do.
Well, I hope this is motivating some people, because, like you say, you value time, and a lot of people feel like punching in a clock, that's a guarantee. So, granted, they're giving up their time. I'm just saying.
Guarantee.
They would.
2020.
Most people feel like, because most people are not going to give up their jobs. You know what I'm saying? To, like you say.
But hold that thought.
Okay.
I'm not against keeping your job. You don't have to give up. Huh? What
Here's
you
the
said?
thing. It's not about
Hold
being
on.
against having a job. It's not about being against having a job. But my thing is when your mindset is that when you have other opportunities and you choose not to take those opportunities because you feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's not going to work. Or, you know what I'm saying, like, I know I'm going to get this check, so I know that I can do this and that and the third. And that's why most people are too afraid to step out on that, because to them, that's a guarantee. Now, I'm not saying to get rid of your job either, but you should definitely be working on something of your own, because that job is not guaranteed. What happens if you get laid off, or like a lot of people are dealing with right now, you have to choose being vaccinated or not, you know what I'm saying? You either get vaccinated or keep your job. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are in that position right now. So, but if you had your own thing going on, whether it be real estate or anything else, you know what I'm saying? That's something that you could depend on. That's you. You know, you can put your energy in it. Can't nobody fire you, you know what I'm saying, from your own situation. So that's what I mean by it. So I don't want nobody to think that I'm saying don't get a job either. You know, it'd be easy for me to say that because I ain't got one, but that's not what I mean. But
I mean, I don't even remember last time I had a job.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But that's what I mean. And you have a wife and you have children. You know what I'm saying? These are the excuses that people give themselves on why they have to keep that job. I got a family to feed. I got a mortgage I gotta pay. You know what I'm saying? That and they're right. You know what I'm saying? I understand that, but here's somebody with a wife, multiple children.
But I want to emphasize on the reason why I'm saying this is. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to quit your job in order to do this. What I'm saying is, say you have a job. Okay, cool. This game, when it comes down to business, is extremely difficult. It's ups and downs. So but you can take time out the day or night and put it towards what I'm teaching. So now, you're like, okay, for these 2 hours, I'm gonna focus on this. I'm gonna focus on grabbing a building. You know what I mean? I'm gonna focus on finding a building. Okay, what's the different buildings that's in the area? I'm gonna drive and see, okay, I'm gonna write down these addresses as I go to work or as I come from work. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so it's just putting in the time to do it. And then so while you have your income coming in from your job or whatever, you're also putting that time and energy into having something where no matter what, it's going to keep building. Now you have a skill. No matter the economy, with this skill right here, you'll be able to create money. And I was taught by one of my mentors years ago, said, Sefadine, if you don't learn how to create money out of thin air, you will never have money. And at first I didn't know what she was talking about. I'm like, create money out of thin air? Like what? And then I'm like, now that's what I do. I create money out of thin air, mainly by solving problems. That's just what I do. I solve problems. And so that's what you do. You put that time and energy into solving that problem. Always think about what problem can I solve? There's always problems to be solved. And then instead of taking a fee, take equity.
Most businesses, that's what they were. Most products are something somebody had a problem or needed something fixed, and your toothbrush. You need to brush your teeth, so somebody, you know what I'm saying, invented the toothbrush. You needed to get around, you know what I'm saying, better, so somebody invented the wheel. Every little thing that you can think of, that's how, those products become very successful, because it's supplying a need.
Right. And also, remember I mentioned that I utilize real estate as my personal banking system. That's incredibly huge.
Can you explain that?
Yes, I want to elaborate that. I want to elaborate.
That part, please do.
So okay. So now, I don't want people to think of investing in real estate as being like, oh, I'm a quote unquote real estate investor. You utilize real estate as your personal banking system. So remember I said you acquire a property that has whatever amount of equity. So now let's say I don't whatever business that you have or whatever passion that you have, you can fuel your passion with the money that you take from your real estate. So you acquire the property, you leverage the property to get something else that's cash flowing. So it doesn't even have to be another property that's cash flowing. It could be like for example, I was looking at a medical supply company to purchase. This medical supply company wasn't really necessary real estate. You follow what I'm saying? But it's a medical supply company, so it's always going to be in demand, and it primarily supplied something for diabetes. You know what I mean? So just looking into different entities, like for example, I just replied to a post that I made. For us actually being on your show, someone asked me, have I ever thought about being on the radio? And my response was, I thought about owning a few radio stations. You know what I mean? So there are really radio stations that's for sale, that's cash flowing. So whatever it is, you can utilize or what I should say, you utilize your real estate and then be able to have the money to invest in whatever else that you're passionate about. And then on top of that, let's say you're raising capital. Let's say you have this idea and you need $100,000, right? And then you have your real estate over here. You might have, let's say you have 500,000 in equity. You can say, look, I will with this idea that I have right here, that's going to cost 500,000 for this startup. You invest not 500,000. That costs 100,000 to startup. You Mr. Investor, or you Miss Investor, you invest your 100 grand. I will 100% back this idea with my equity and my real estate, and then you can legally take out you can legally contact the title company and say, look, I want to place $100,000 lien on my property in the name of this investor, whatever name that they want to put, and now you just backed your idea, your startup, $100,000 startup, and you made it pretty much risk free for your investor. So that's what I mean by having your real estate as your personal banking system. That's power. I think you're on mute.
You were right. I was on mute. So yeah, like that's dope. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out. That made sense, but still didn't make sense. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm gonna take this course and we're gonna be partners like you had said. So we're gonna figure this thing out.
And yeah, I have all the pieces.
On the side of Coach Henton. Yeah, we're gonna figure this out because this is dope. Because I'm just thinking about some of the things that, like you said, that you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can use that equity, to fund your own projects and stuff like that. And you talk about radio stations. Like, I'm trying to build, I am building a media company. That's something that that would be definitely something that I would need to acquire, or would definitely be beneficial to me to acquire. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I wasn't thinking like that at all.
Hey, look, it's all good. You are what you focus on, and you are the people that you align with. So that's why I said with leveraging. So now, remember I said, you are living that leverage lifestyle. You are doing that right now. So just how we had this conversation and I shared the thoughts, boom, boom, boom. You're like, oh snap, I can utilize it for boom, boom, boom for my passion. And so now it's not even thinking about me being like a real estate person. Now you're thinking about, oh, this is my personal banking system, so I could utilize for my passion. And that's what it is. This is the thing that people do not break down in the way that they really should break down. This is our way out of having to depend on someone else for money. We just keep acquiring properties that that got X amount of equity, and we keep building up. And you don't even have to acquire a bunch of properties. I don't care about acquiring a bunch of properties. I'm gonna do it. Like, actually, I'm gonna have someone else do it for me. Like, I have a couple of people do it for me, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Once you go and you have your team, and then your real estate brokers find properties for you. So it's really about whatever you want to do. And I know when it comes down to our vision, a lot of times we need confidence, and we need the financial blueprint. And I cover that both. I cover both of them. I cover the confidence part, assist people with building mentally, spiritually, emotionally with my two books. With my two books. And then I was like, okay, now what about the financial aspect? And now I covered that with my real estate course. That's what I'm doing for the people.
Well, on behalf of the people, we appreciate you, for doing all that. Okay.
I appreciate you.
You guys definitely need to get them books. I got I got the regular version. I'm not a billion millionaire, so the smiley face book was just right for me. It was all right.
I love the smiley face.
Like the smiley
universal.
face. Because everybody assumes, well, I do have confidence, but I still have to work on that in that area in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely do. So it's confidence is key. I know people. I call P. Diddy is a good example of that. As much as I don't like him, he's a perfect example of that. When that man started Bad Boy, you could not tell him. He was already P. Diddy. He was already P. Diddy back then. And he exuded that. People didn't like it. They called him arrogant and all that stuff. But he just embodied the success that he knew that he wanted. And he made that shit happen, no matter how he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no matter how he did it.
he manifested that. He did. It is what it is.
He put in the work.
Out of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people, and as bad as he may be, see people like, me or the good people need to have that same confidence. You know what I'm saying? And manifest them same things. So you're 1,000% right. So I appreciate you so much. And is there any other thing? Because we don't want to give them all, because y'all need to get this course. You need to holler at him and get this course. So how can they get the course? How can you tell them specifically how to do this for themselves?
Okay, so my course is on my website. Number one, Coach Henton, everything, Coach Henton, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and CoachHenton.com. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give a gift for all the members that are watching this. You go to my website, CoachHenton.com. And then you go to the wealth assessment form. You fill out the wealth assessment form. Then all the way at the bottom, it's going to say who referred you. Put this podcast right here, and once I see it, I'm going to make every item on my website 50% off.
Hey, you heard him, right? So put in AMPspirationTTV's Manifested Money Mondays. You know what I'm saying? And get that discount on his website. You know what I'm saying? He is saving lives. Leveraging.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Teaching the people. See, you even got the dog out here. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling great, feeling energy.
Mm-hmm. Play some boots. I got you. We're going to take you to the website. No worries. But I appreciate you. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people before we wrap this up? Because we got to give you back your time so you can continue on and doing what you do.
Well, what I want everyone to know is that no matter what, I don't care the situation, there's always a way out, and that's what I kept in my mind. And you start wherever you are at. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. Really nothing matters. The only thing that matters is knowing that you have your vision, and you want to achieve it, and you're going to achieve it. So you put that in your mind that you're going to. I don't care, no matter your situation, because like for me, that's the number one thing for me. I want people to know that no matter your situation, no matter what, you can gradually move to the next steps as long as you focus, stay consistent, stay persistent, and align yourself with people who are successful in the field you seek to be successful in, and are living the lifestyle that you seek to live.
That part. Profound. Well, I'm going to leave y'all with that. We appreciate your time and your energy. Thank you, Coach, for coaching us, you know what I'm saying, and putting this information out there. Y'all need to go to that website, Coach Henton. Use Manifested Money Mondays, you know what I'm saying, so you can get that discount, and let's better our lives. Okay, so
Let's
I
do it.
love y'all. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and as always, be inspired. Peace.
Absolutely. Peace.